Fan vad jag älskar det här. Det är som en feeling. I love anything. It's so awesome. I'm just together entering heaven. I'm just like, yes, Nirvana. I'm like floating up in the sky, and I'm like, yes. Of course, from the rest to Wagakki band. So, this of course is one of the greatest Japanese music band, and they're so, Japanese tuned, right? Freaking my samurai soul, basically. But again, so that's right. Last week I did my first reaction. This is then the first time I'm doing a live reaction. I've never seen the band live before. And again, then right, if you're in Japanese audience, link below because the video got blocked, right? So now I'm testing out their newer, later videos, not to do OVX media. So hopefully this video here will work perfectly fine. Hopefully it won't be blocked or copyright and so on, right? Because I love this band, so I want to do more videos with this band, right? But if every video keeps getting blocked, right, and so on, then I have, fortunately, what's the point, right? If we can get them up, Like yesterday I did my first ever reaction to Maximum the Hormone is below, and that video also got blocked for like 3-4 hours. But then I just kept editing. I spent like half Sunday just doing that. But now then, we're gonna watch some super Japanese music, guys. As a quick side note, guys, I am currently playing Wuchang, Fallen Feathers, of course, very similar, right? Waifu blade, fighting around and so on. And I'll do a very quick, brief preview here, guys. I think the game is okay? Seriously, it is not the new Stellar Blade, I feel. It's similar, right? You're playing as a hot waifu and you got a cool blade or whatever. The game is like fine, but I do find it has some issues. But it also is, hates or blown, and it works pretty fine on my PC or whatever. But I would say that, honestly, you probably should be a little bit like, maybe, wait a minute before you buy it. It's like a discount game, I feel. I mean, again, I don't hate the game, but I probably will give it like the most... I'm gonna do a review probably next week, and I'll probably give it, the most like even like 7 out of 10. Like, it's genuinely that kind of like that where it is, Right away, like it sounds like a Mega Man talking to me. It sounds like a classic 8, Super Nintendo or something like that. No. I like it. In the start, of course, there's like a really long, cool intro here, about 2 minutes, right? And like I said earlier, a little bit there, to me this sounds like very, very video game, which I like, I haven't thought about it too much, but back in college, they used to have this like weekly board game and blah, 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 so forth, right? But we also used to have them a monthly video game, like a LAN party. I mean, actual console, not like a PC or console stuff. PlayStation 1, SNES, and so on, right? And at that part of them, I was the host, right, of course, at college, and I would also do the music on it. So 1 month, I would do like a video game music, and people have to, do a music quiz, right? And I also have an anime opening as well, of course. But I always love this beat, man. So I love this first 2 minutes here, right? this is also why I like this band, because they have so many different teams to it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, this felt like coming home, right? It's like classic old school, like Japanese, like it's great, man. Like I really also love, for example, musical star Hormone and those kind of like Japanese games, right, with these kind of similar musical teams, right? Fan vad jag älskar det här. Fan vad jag älskar det här. Det är som feeling. I love anything. Yeah, well, listen to this beat, guys, you know. Like, I'm sitting here being like, oh my god, I just love this as much as one says, it's like, fan vad bra det här är. Yeah, I'm just like, I just feel like, oh god, it's so much, man. I keep saying what it is too, right? That I'm such a shamisen lover, you know. I'm such like I'm such a Shiro god in that way. I keep making a joke. I'm like, but honestly, this is just so awesome. I'm sitting and being like, oh yeah, it's so good. I'm just like, oh, yeah, but it is awesome. I'm having some kind of like, oh my god, it is so good. Like I haven't even gone through half the performance yet, but I'm just like this beat here. It's just a shamisen solo, or you know, most of the solo, right? A little bit of course background from all the guys, and I was like, yeah, this is so awesome. Like, I'm just together entering heaven. I'm just like, yes, Nirvana. I'm like floating up in the sky, and I'm like, yes. No, but it was really awesome. It's so good, man. But it honestly does remind me, I said earlier, right, of kind of the music I grew up with. Maybe so I love it so much, right? Because I keep, you know. I keep saying it, right? More the videos about games, right? I grew up playing all these Japanese games, of course, right? I mostly play, of course, you know, Japanese games, whatever, if that's all, but just games. And it just feels like, you know, like I spent my whole childhood listening to like music, kind of, you know, oriented from Japanese, you know, traditional music, right? Obviously inspired by that. It feels like coming home. It's like it's hard to explain it, but it feels. It feels really weird in a good way. I mean, but it's hard to explain it honestly. I'm lost of words. It's like it feels like I'm listening to. I keep saying it, right, like something that I would listen to maybe when I was like 8 or 9, right? But in a more, you know, a better version of it, and more like, you know, actually better performed. Obviously, back in those days, you would listen to, you know, something that was more done for limited, right, by the 8-bit or 16-bit or whatever. And so on, but it just feels similar. It feels like homecoming, whatever you call it. It's honestly hard to express it. Jag har en till sån där cut for the throat nu då, eller? This is another game. Vad är det va? What can I say, right? This was amazing. Okay, first of all, this is about halfway through the video, right? It's 7-minute long performance, so maybe not too surprising, but I love how it's like 4 different songs, right? So we have like the first intro, the shamisen solo, then we have this person coming in with the string instrument, the harp thing. Yeah, I was like, what's happening? This has everything. This is like this performance has everything. Then of course starts singing after this, yeah. So it's like it feels like it's 4 or 5 different performances, right, on different songs or whatever. And they have the guy with the flute and everything, yeah. But I mean, it's really great how it this in here kind of builds up everything in like I don't call it, but you know, they go like 1 instrument each per minute, right? Suddenly it's like everyone together, they're all teaming up. You're the nakamas. But seriously, that was just amazing. And this of course, so the last half is kind of singing, right? But I love this bit here, and kind of this, so every band member kind of gets in with one thing each, right? And the kids going forward after this scene. And here, right there, they all like. Because now it's like everyone, now these 2 also come in, and they start singing, and so. Yeah, now she enters up as well, right? That is really awesome. She also, of course, has the censor, right? I talked about it in my last video. If you haven't seen it, I spent more like 10 minutes talking about this thing, but no, but the censor, right, is a very classic Japanese performance thing, if anything. I wouldn't say the sadness of music per se, but it's like having the censor, it's just traditionally, especially, I would say 19th century Japan, but also before that, but 19th century Japan, it's like a very common, performance tool, right? In old Japanese, like geishas or whatever, performing maybe in front of some dime or whatever, right? Very, very common. You have a sensu, and sensu that means like sun fed or whatever. Right? So I talk about video too, but I actually used to train at a dojo. Where the dojo closest to my mom's house was. So I trained in several different dojos growing up, right? But the closest dojo actually had the name literally and sensu dojo. So I learned this very early, and the importance of the sensu, right, in Japanese culture. And like I said on the video as well, right, obviously, for example, in Naruto, the Uchiha clan has a sensu, right, with the sun, of course, Kun in the middle, right, you know. But yeah, the song is great, and it reminds me of kind of classic Inca, right? Japanese singing style, and I immediately feel like, for some weird reason, it felt like I immediately knew the context of text. I don't know. Like, it felt like I honestly felt weird. Like, I mean, it just felt like I knew the lyrics, even though I'm pretty sure it's the first time I heard the song, right? But I was like, man, I feel like I kind of know what she's gonna sing next year. Maybe it's because traditionalized and heard something similar from the band before or something. But I felt right at home, like I said earlier, and I was like, I feel like I heard this before. Maybe I just heard all this stuff in a similar tone context or something. I said, but yeah, that felt kind of strange, almost. But I used to that feeling, right? I felt right at home, yeah. Very, very strange. But overall, a fantastic live performance. Now, not be that guy, right? But this is how YouTube is. I really hope this video will work now. I will upload it, guys. Hope I had to spend, I guess, 3-4 hours editing it, because that was just, I don't have time for that, right? Honestly. Because I would love to go and do some more live reactions to this band, absolutely. This is probably the best song I heard in a while now, I feel. No, but genuinely, this for me was like, I almost started tearing up a bit there. It was really fantastic. So yeah, I pray to the gods, right, that I don't have to like, that is that easy, so to speak. And also lastly, for that matter, it's incredibly hot here, guys. Like, you don't know, okay, it's like a lightning storm every goddamn day, no, but it's so hot here. It's absurdly hot, okay? Sitting here in this gear, right, in this like, my Japanese setting, right? I hope you guys appreciate that, and subscribe, press the like button, because I'm having a heat stroke. As soon as I finish video, I'm gonna throw this thing out, I'm gonna go like, yeah, because it is so hot, okay? So this, obviously, is I have, of course, a lot of Japanese clothing, but this to me is my more, I feel, classic, Japanese, serious clothing here. But it is so hot, okay? Like, it's so incredibly hot. This is not a yukata for your summers. No, this one is super super I can't feel it now. I'm just like, oh my god, I need to take a break guys. We hope you enjoyed the video. See you guys and have a great day.